This is where I left off in part 1. Messy, chaotic, and unresolved. In the beginning, it's all about putting marks down intuitively. No real plan, just playing and covering up all that white space. But today I'll show you in real time how I transform this chaotic start into a beautiful finish. Stay with me till the end because the transformation is worth it. It's been a full week since I worked on this piece, but it's never been far from my mind. After I stopped painting, I leaned the canvas up against the wall where I'd see it throughout the day. That's one of the benefits of having my workspace in my home. I get to live with the painting even when I'm not actively working on it. While I'm having my coffee or moving through my day, I glance at it. And even though I'm not painting, something in my subconscious is. It's quietly solving problems, figuring out my next moves. I can't tell you how many times I've fallen asleep thinking about a painting, and by morning, I just know what to do next. I've mixed up a blend of titanium white and unbleached titanium with just a touch of raw umber. I've also added a bit of medium, and as I paint, I'm using water from my brush to thin it out even more. Right now, I'm painting over a lot of those bold initial marks, for two reasons. First, to calm the canvas down and start taming some of the chaos. And second, to create depth and visual texture. Those earlier layers will still peek through and add richness and interest to the final piece. Already this piece is starting to shift. Just by covering up some of the more chaotic areas, I can see beginnings coming together. The painting is guiding me. Those bold black marks I made in the early stages, the ones that felt like graffiti and asymmetric writing, they are still visible under the layer of white. And now they're reminding me of old letters. There's something very nostalgic about them. That heart shape on the collage paper tucked over to the right, that adds to the feeling. Like love letters from another time. And now that I've got love letters on my mind, of course I'm thinking of pink. But not a sweet pink. I want to keep this piece a little edgy and a little raw. So I'll gray the pink down just a little bit to keep that gritty graffiti energy alive. You won't see my very first pink brush strokes in this footage. I recorded that moment for a vertical short on my phone. After that, I rotated the canvas to keep things fresh and interesting. I mixed this pink myself, Quinacridone Magenta with a touch of raw umber to tone it down, and a bit of white to soften it. I'm adding it slowly, just where it feels right. As I work, I'm thinking about the final composition, but I'm also working from intuition. I've always painted this way. If something doesn't feel right, I just know. If it does, I know that too. And now it's time to flip the canvas again. I'm moving my way around the canvas, adding things and adjusting as I feel. I added more white in certain spots, pure white to give it some punch. And then I reached for my collage papers again, to bring in new texture and layers of interest. When I started this canvas last week, I was in such a great mood. Feeling clear and confident, it was the perfect way to start. I've been painting long enough now that I do feel like a confident painter most of the time. But that doesn't mean I'm always in the perfect headspace to create. After leaving the painting for a few days, I could feel that my energy had shifted. So before starting again, I did a few things to get myself back in the zone. I prepped my space, mixed a few colors, and took a quick walk around the block. Just 10 minutes of fresh air and sun on my face, it always helps lift my spirits. I really believe that our mood and energy find their way into our work, so I try to be intentional about how I show up at the canvas. Now I'm in the final stretch and I'm loving where this piece is headed. It's time for finishing details, and for me, that means more marks. The earlier layers of asymmetric writing are still peeking through, and I'm leaning into that now, adding more for depth and mystery. I'm scribbling, darkening some of the black, layering in white and pink over areas of flat color. These marks don't mean anything specific, they're just part of how I bring the whole piece together. It's that final conversation with the canvas. As we are coming to the end, if this resonated with you, give it a like and please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. I'm sharing a few close-ups so you can really see the texture, the layers, and the little details that bring this painting to life. And here I am with the finished canvas, feeling grateful, proud, and honestly kind of in love with this painting. Thanks for watching and being a part of this journey.